You know it's hard out here for a pimp when he tryna get this money for the rent, for the Cadillacs and gas money spent. We'll have a whole lot of bitches jumping shit. You know it's hard out here for a pimp when he tryna get this money for the rent, for the Cadillacs and gas money spent. Will cause a whole lot of jumping shit. You know it's hard out here for a pimp when he tryna get this money for the rent, for the Cadillacs and gas money spent. Will have a whole lot of jumping shit.
What's going on, party people? It's your man, 50 Grand, the Godfather, Nate Milton, and you are about to listen to another excellent episode from the Nefarious Media Network. Since January of 2025, we have been putting it down for the crown, and we've been committed to bringing you truthful, thoughtful, turned-up commentary as it pertains to the worlds of sports, politics, pop culture, pro wrestling, entertainment, and life. Yes, life. This thing that we are all just trying to get through day by day. An electric word called life, as the man used to say, and that brings us to the drive for 500. Yes, 500 YouTube subscribers, which gets us halfway to monetization, and 500 Patreon subscribers. Patreon.com/Nefarious Media Network. That's our stretch goal for the year. Because if we hit those marks, it allows us the flexibility and the freedom and the funds, quite honestly, to do some more things here at the network, to be more consistent with our shows, to bring you new shows, and to bring some people on to help with production. So if you believe in us, man, if you believe in what we're doing here, because we got a lot of hard-working people, myself included, working 50, 60 hours a week at the shoot jobs, got families, got kids, got responsibilities, but we still do this, man, because we love this and we believe in this. And if you believe in us and you love the shows that we do, help us out, man. Help a brother out. Help a sister out. That's all we asking, because we are trying to change the game by any means necessary, even if those means may be nefarious.
It's hard out here for a pimp when he tryna get this money for the rent, for the Cadillacs and gas money spent. We'll have a whole lot of jumping shit.
What's up? Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Welcome to class and come on in. It's the newest edition, the first 2026 edition of Ring Theory. I am your host, Downtown Brown, the frozen one, because, you know, with January being in the Midwest comes the snow, and we are getting hit with it. And I guess we got some legendary numbers coming up for the cold and the ice, and so please get somewhere warm, get somewhere safe. But we're about to dive into some wrestling and talk about the big six that we have for the men's and women's Royal Rumble, our big six picks of who could possibly win. We're going to talk about the Saturday Night's Main Event that's coming up this Saturday. We're also going to then cover, hey, there's a new series of Season of Unreal on Netflix. And so we've already binged that, and we got some thoughts for you all today about all 5 episodes. And so with that said, I can't just be me. I need my people. I need the people all around to help me welcome Mid-Card Mafia. Stand up. Your leader is here. Upper Mid-Card Jay Lacey. Where you at, my man?
Say his name and he appears. What is going on, my brother? How you doing out there, man?
Man, I'm doing good. I mean,
Man, you got the cold. You got the cold. We got the fog, bro. I'm telling you, like, it's ridiculous out here. Like, I'm telling you, like, it starts out foggy, starts out real thick, and then it clears up around, I don't know, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then it starts rolling back in and rinse and repeat. So that's what we're living through.
Now I need to know, is this fog or smog?
Fog. It's 100% fog.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta check because you know you got your fog checks out there.
Oh, so, yeah. I live in the Central Valley over here in California, so it's like it's notorious. We are known for how bad and how foggy it is, man. So it's if you ain't used to it, it's foreign. You know what I mean? It looks it's ridiculous. I'm used to it, so I mean, yeah, you just got to drive slow.
Hey, we can trade.
Nah. There's a reason why I don't live where you live, bro. I don't even like my drinks that cold, bro.
I'll say, man, it's 14 degrees out. It's only about to keep dropping, man. It's not looking good.
Stay safe out there. Stay warm out there too, man.
It's not looking good. My phone has been having a constant weather advisory flashing on it. But you know what else has an advisory on it? Saturday Night's Main Event. Because we got a fatal 4-way. Just as dangerous as the cold outside, we got a Randy Orton, a Damian Priest, a Trick Williams. Yes, a Trick and A. And we got Sami Zayn, all vying for an opportunity to go to Rumble the next following Saturday to face Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. Who you got in this match, man? Has anything changed since our last talk? You think it's Sammy? Do you think it's not Sammy? Who you got in this match, man?
I would love for it to be Sami Zayn. I mean, it's a perfect storm. You got Saturday Night's Main Event jumping off in Montreal. It's too soon for Trick to get a title opportunity. So I think they're gonna protect him and build his story up. At least I'm hoping they're gonna protect him and build his story up. I hope he's not in that match just to take the pin. But I honestly believe if it's not Sami Zayn, it's gotta be Randy Orton.
Okay. You don't want to play off of the feud from Drew and Priest just from last year? You know, they were scrapping all over the place. It was,
I mean, they did drop some hints on SmackDown, you know, talking about, you know, hey, I hope you get the title, you know, but I'm coming for it. So I don't know. I really don't believe in, and I do like, you know, Damian Priest, but I'm not sold that he's a believable heavyweight champion. And that's not his fault at all. I think it's just, you know, the storylines they put him in. I know he's been banged up a little bit, but I just don't believe him as a viable champion like a Drew McIntyre. I don't even believe Sami Zayn as a champion. I just think he's got a great underdog story that needs to be told. But I think that I wouldn't mind seeing Randy Orton getting close to a John Cena title reign, you know, trying to tie up the 17. I don't think he'll do it, but getting reign number 15 would be a pretty good feather in his cap right before retiring.
I can see that. And I can see Randy sometime this year somehow getting it back. But I don't think it's now.
No.
I think we put, if Drew's reign has any length to it and is going to have any length to it, I think you put just a tad drop of gusto on holding off that feud. They went to Hell in a Cell at one point. I mean, you had, if you remember, Randy putting on the night vision goggles, which I'm not saying that's good cinema, but it was hey, it's memorable. I remember it to this day, so it must be doing
Yeah.
something. So, and it wasn't that. I don't think it was the worst thing in the world. It made me laugh. So hey,
Mhm.
Ric Flair getting beat up in the dark and all that. Hey, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Whatever you want to do. So, but I'm gonna go with Sami Zayn. You going with Sami Zayn as well?
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards Sami Zayn, but it would not shock me or surprise me if now that you got me thinking about it, if they had Damian Priest go just to, build up Drew McIntyre as his first formidable challenge, so I don't see him. I don't see them taking the belt off of him anytime soon. He's a great character. He makes a great champion. He looks the part. He's backing it up with his talk and his in ring work. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they've got in store for him for his championship run.
Okay. Well, I'm putting it like this. I think, and I bring up Damian Priest for only one reason. There needs to be some type of build for him because if all reports are to be correct after WrestleMania, we going right back to Backlash in Puerto Rico. And so we want to get him ready for that show. He was actually more ready, I think, the last time because he was in a feud. I mean, he was in a stable with the Judgment Day. He was rocking
Right.
as the heavy. They were doing. He didn't have his moment at Mania, so this was his time to shine on that show. I don't know if we're gonna have that same energy going into this show because of kind of what you've already tapped on the build for Damian Priest as a champion. It hasn't really been there, and so
And unfortunately, a big part of his presentation, you mentioned it already, was Rhea Ripley. That's a big part of his character was playing off of her. I think they just need to build him, or he needs to tap into what got him to the show. Because I mean, back when he was at ROH, he was a big personality. And so they stripped it down, gave us this Punishment Martinez light in NXT, and I just wish they would just allow him to be or bring more elements of that character into SmackDown, and we'll see what happens with him. Let him be creative and just go for it. I'm rooting for him, but again, if he's going into Puerto Rico, they got some work to do to make him a much more believable character. Besides saying, "Hey, I'm Puerto Rican. You're Puerto Rican. Cheer for me."
okay. I fully agree with you because it seems that WWE, whenever we go to these hometown shows, it's almost like, oh, I forgot to do my homework. I forgot to actually build them up over the time period, and now I'm just kind of building them up for the moment. And so, even last time in Puerto Rico, you kind of saw that with Zelina Vega, but the
Right,
hometown and that crowd just kind of rose to that occasion for that match and built it up, and
right, right.
and did the rest of the work for them. And so, hopefully, Montreal, you stated earlier, Sammy has not had the build of a world champion. And to me, I brought it up on the NWA. I thought we should have had Sammy going all the way through with the US title, just
Mhm,
losing it to Carmelo at the end of the year. Or Ilya at the end of the year.
mhm.
Then you have him go into this fatal four way fresh off of that. Because that's 9 times out of 10 what you used to seeing. Like, go back to Randy Orton. Randy Orton lost the IC title to Edge, and
Mhm.
then immediately, pretty much the next pay per view at SummerSlam, beat Chris Benoit for the world title. Cena lost the US title. Mania literally got it off of JBL. Like, if you have a mid card title and they're trying to push you to that next level, they're usually pretty quick on the draw to give you that belt. That's why it's kind of sad to see what they've done with Braun Breaker because he's gone a whole year without.
Yeah,
So
100%. You're right. Usually it's the secondary title. Once they drop that, then they go into the main title. I mean, as recent as Gunther. I mean, he had the IC title for 660 some odd days, and then he gets the shot at having the world title. So you're absolutely right.
so think about it, because if Sammy to this point had been winning that whole way through, how do you feel about Sammy now? You've
Oh yeah,
seen Sammy beat a lot more people.
his odds would go drastically higher just because he's got that streak. He's got that winning momentum, And that's something that you want fans to get behind. It's like, look, this dude probably ain't gonna lose, just because he's the underdog. That's been his story the whole time, So, and then just building his credibility, like, yo, he'll pull something out and he'll get his hand raised at the end of the night. But now the only thing that I'm thinking is like, okay, he's at home. He's got he's got the hometown crowd just behind him. It's almost like we were just talking about Damian Priest having Puerto Rico behind him. He's got Montreal behind him, talking about Sami Zayn. So I don't know. So it's hard to root against him for that reason, but at the same time, I don't know. I just know for sure it's not Trick coming out of it, unfortunately.
But here's the thing: I don't see Trick getting pinned.
No, I hope not. I really hope not. WWE has done some things before. It's like, what are we doing? We called this dude up only to eat the pin.
I can see Sami beating Damian.
Okay.
I think Randy would benefit him a lot more. Because him pinning Randy in that match to go then forward to go face Drew. I mean, you want to kind of protect Randy. I get that for the future title match, like we were talking about. And you were to protect Trick, in my opinion, because he just got here, and you need to keep that aura rocking. So, like, Damian is the one who can just afford the loss, in my opinion. But hey, I guess he better go crazy in that Rumble or something, because man.
What would not surprise me, as I'm thinking about it as you're talking, would be someone like a Damian Priest putting a finisher either on Trick, the South of Heaven, and then how RKO out of nowhere to Damian Priest, and then going that way, or some sequence in that way where it's somebody's going to take a finisher, and then there's going to be another finisher that happens, and that going to go on into Royal Rumble to challenge Drew McIntyre.
Okay, all right, rock with me.
Go for it.
I don't know what happened to Trick, but Trick gets thrown out earlier on, like right before the sequence starts. Then you have Sami, who's kind of like down in the corner, just kind of like laying there, crouched down. In the other corner, you have Randy getting hoisted up for the South of Heaven. Hoists him up, starts to run. Sami gets up, runs, haluva kicks Damian in the face. Damian drops Randy, pins Damian.
Okay, I can see something like that happening. I mean, again, it buys right into the theory. Like, okay, you got 3 people involved on a finisher, a two-man finisher. That checks.
Hey, and then that's the 2-man finisher you were talking about. So I'll be curious to see what plays out on Saturday. But hey, here's to an exciting 4-way, which I'm not mad at. I like we're trying to build stars and build competition on this SmackDown division that really, really, really needs it. So big ups to that 4-way. But talking about that SmackDown division and building, we talking about a fight that's been building. And a possible person who committed an attack earlier on and knocked out some teeth. Could it be? And I'm talking about Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu. Did Cody Rhodes attack Jacob Fatu and put him out for those 2 months? Is that why he jumped him in the cage too?
That's the only thing that makes the most sense for me. We kind of talked about it, Cody, like, being this baby face for so long, and now starting to get this edge to him, where it's like you kind of don't want him, too much of a goody two shoes, but now he's showing glimpses of, what, I got a little bit of an edge to me too, but I'm not going to go all the way to the dark side. He's showing glimpses of it during his matches, just subtly. But I think this is the one where I think that he could definitely. I think Jacob Fatu was justified in it, and no matter what he does, he's still gonna get cheered. He's just got that aura about him. So it wouldn't shock me if Cody was behind the attack. What's your thoughts?
I want Cody to be behind the attack just for the fun of Cody turning heel. I want it to be this corporate scared Cody, because like there's times where it feels like Aldis is really trying to protect Cody, And there's times where like it does feel like we've just kind of turned a blind eye towards Cody's actions that have been kind of heelish. So like I do want him to kind of go full heel. I don't know what juice is left in the squeeze at this point. You could say him versus a heel CM Punk, I guess, but like Punk's kind of rocking too. So like, do you want to diminish him for Cody? Like people did that for Cena. So like, and when they did that for Cena, they half the time didn't really diminish the other person. They just had a heel that was just really lovable. So like, are we now going to turn Cody heel and then like he just becomes lovable? Like how we need to go to the right level with Cody in this heel turn of I'm not I'm not worried about because Punk to me, Punk can go heel later down the line because Punk has already put the seed there for his heel turn. It's him holding gold. Because he said, after a certain amount of time, when I hold the gold, I become a different person. And then I do whatever it takes to cling to it. That's why you saw him shift in that 434-day reign over to a heel to protect it by any means necessary. Because he said, I'm tired of this fight everybody on this mentality. Like, get off me. Like, get back. I already beat you, homie. Get away, John. Like, so his story is there. Cody's is, to me, this. I don't want to murk up feeding other baby faces to Cody anymore because I think we fed enough. It's time to give Cody a new arc. He's been in the company for 4 years. Let's try something out because you already saw the reactions. I felt the reactions at WrestleMania just last year. And there's been these pitter patters. People weren't really all fully there for him at SummerSlam. Have people fully been with him on the title reign since he's gotten the belt back from Cena? I don't really fully think so, but I think they also played around with Drew so much. So I go ahead.
I'm right there with you. I would not mind seeing a heel Cody run, but the non-traditional heel. I mean, have him doing the same things, just turned up a little bit more towards the dark side, but not being so twist of the mustache type of dastardly type of heel. You know what I mean? So like he can still do the whole, dress to the nines and be so unrelatable that it's ridiculous, but also do this, this dastardly run about him where it's like, okay, now he's leaning more into the cheating and bending the rules a little bit. Because I mean, he does it already anyway. When the ref ain't looking, if there's a foreign object to be used, he gonna do it. But instead of getting cheered, let's start booing now and just acknowledging, okay, we see you for who you are. We get it. We're kind of tired of this whole smiling and this whole, this clean cut act that you're putting on. It's not clean cut. Your hands are dirty, bro.
I like that. But I kind of you said something that triggered something in my brain. So we have to acknowledge the fact. What about? And I try to ignore this man. I try to push this man out of my brain. But what about Dwayne? do we include the final boss in this? Because like I do think that is the superior heel turn for Cody is aligning with The Rock, somebody who beat the brakes off him. Way work like Jacob Fatu, okay, I'm not trying to diminish Jacob.
Yeah,
because like I see he'd came back and he'd lost some weight again, and he didn't slim back down. He did his thing, so I'm like, hey, I'm happy to have him back in the main event scene, but I don't know. I think the Rock story is superior as a heel turn mechanism for Cody. Like. If it's real, if he will ever come back, then yes, I think that is the superior one. But I'm living in the realm of reality, and I don't see that man coming back.
I don't either. That's why I'm saying, like, the only way I would buy into him or even be in favor of The Rock coming back is if we're guaranteed a completion of whatever he puts out there. because there is no completion of anything. That once he gets out there, it's like he dangles a carrot, and okay, we ate this episode, and we're waiting for the next thing, and we're still waiting for the next thing because there's no completion with him, because it seems like there's an internal struggle between what the Rock's vision of a story is versus what the creative story or vision of what the story is. So until we have something ironed out and saying, okay, this is where we're starting, this is where we're ending, I don't want to bring The Rock back for that. I mean, as much as I love him as a character, because he's great, he does numbers. The Final Boss character is pretty awesome, except for his outfits. I could do without the vest and the bell bottoms for real. You know what I mean?
The flare out pants, man.
Real, man. I mean, bringing out your own belt. Oh, come on, bro.
Yeah, the own championship stuff is corny.
Create your own belt. I'm gonna come out and bring my own Brahma Bull belt. Anyway, I digress.
Hey, what my man say in American Gangster? The loudest one in the room, the weakest one in the room. Hey.
Facts. You know, so I mean, if we had a creation of a storyline that was just brought to fruition, I'd be on board with it. But until then, keep him off the TV, and just you can mention it with, not really mention it, but you can like drop hints towards it, have these little Easter eggs about possibly selling out to a final boss or something like that. I don't know. We can do something, but have an edgier Cody, and that I think that would be better. I don't know. Just my personal take. But either way, it's up against Jacob Fatu. I think Jacob Fatu is the truth, and he's gonna lay paws on him. You know what I mean?
But do you think are you changing your opinion from what we said? Because I think it's throwout. I think either Drew's, because Drew ain't got nothing to do. He free.
You know what? Are you thinking that this could be the catalyst for a 4-way over at Royal Rumble? Because I mean, you did mention that Cody is like 2-0 when it comes to throwout matches on Saturday night's main event. So if he creates, if there's a reality where it's a throwout match and Drew does interfere, the winner gets Drew, and then add Cody and Jacob Fatu into the mix. Is that what you're implying?
No, but you've sparked my brain onto something else. So if I sell you this, the next show, we might need to have a match called the Elimination Chamber, and we could put a champion up in that chamber if we wanted to.
Okay,
it could be Drew. And if we put Drew up in that chamber and he had to defend the WWE title, let's say he put it up against, so it's Drew, Cody, Jacob Fatu. We got those three.
Okay.
For importance sake, we're going to throw Randy. I could really throw around the next couple. I would say if you want to keep this scene the same for right now and like build the mix you have right now at the main event scene, then I'll throw Sammy and Trick in there. Because what do you also do in an Elimination Chamber match? You build towards WrestleMania. And I've said it time and time again. Sammy and Trick should be the WrestleMania match where they finally have a match and they actually get like a serious 15 minutes go at it and let Trick and Sammy have a showcase there. But Trick pins Sammy in the Elimination Chamber to now become a roadblock for Sammy to go to Mania, for him to have to beat him there.
Okay.
So I think we save all these combustible elements for the chamber that's right by there, because to run a 4-way after a 4-way, we could, but I would not personally. Like, unless we're going to do it on the same show and call it Fatal 4-way, throw it back to 09. Nah. I would leave that be for this time period. But no, I like the thought of getting all these men in a title match. So, and I like the element of the chamber adding to that. So,
I like that. I like that, but without having the champion in there, I would love to throw no champion in there, but just to lead over to whoever wins the chamber goes on to the WrestleMania. Throw in because you still got a Damian Priest that you still have to contend with, and another player I like to add on there. And this is just me being optimistic because I am a positive person. I like Solo Sikoa. I think Solo Sikoa needs something because in big matches he delivers. He's entertaining as all get out, and he's really good in his in-ring work is really good. I think a lot of people overlook him because of the MFTs, and I think that he has a championship run in him, in my opinion.
I agree. I just don't honestly think it's coming anytime soon.
It's unfortunate, yeah. Don't disagree with you. But it's unfortunate, but my eternal optimism, I would love to see that happen.
I'll put it like this: Kyle Fletcher gonna get it before he get it.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Like in the timetables of them getting to their respective world championships, head company world championships. Yeah, I think Fletcher will get it before Solo does. So, but I think Solo, I know he's shown a lot with the MFTs, and he's shown a lot of growth and character work that I really like. That we've brought that personality back out, and he's not just this zombified person. So, like, yes, I do think once we get a better, I don't know, a storyline behind him, yeah, I can see that world title in his future, man. So, because as all of them said, we'd make Solo the tribal chief. That's what the Usos were saying back there in that whole feud. So I do agree with you. You own to something. So let's close out Saturday night's main event with this. We got the tag team title match with Riho versus the Judgment Day, Liv and Roxanne Perez. Do you think the titles changed during this match? I think it's going to add some type of drama to the overall story. I just don't know which way it goes.
So which version of the Judgment Day is going to be Roxanne and
Liv?
Raquel?
Nope, Roxanne and Liv. They kind of keep Raquel in the
that's right.
In the world title.
She's in the world title picture. You're right. That would be an interesting duo between those two. Huh. Thinking bigger picture. I'm foreshadowing. Thinking bigger picture, I think the story to be told for the tag titles would be putting the titles on the Judgment Day. I think there's more stories that can be told with that, because they're very similar on the spectrum, meaning that Roxanne is she's a lot like Liv, just not blonde, if that makes sense. They're both really good in-ring performers. And I would love to see what they can create in terms of, the chemistry as a team and the stories that can be told within the dynamic of within the Judgment Day once they get back to full strength, because Dom's still on the sideline for right now. JD's hurt and Finn's trying to hold it together with a Band-Aid, so there's a lot of story that can be told. There's some mileage behind that, and I don't know how much further we can go with the story between Rhea and Io Sky. I do like them as a team. I just don't see them holding the belts for that much longer.
I could see them holding it to this mythical TLC match that they're possibly having. And I could see this being a chain of dominoes that falls for the Judgment Day. If I really sit here after hearing you talk about it, I could see Liv and Roxanne somehow failing this time. Okay, but we're gonna get on page for the Rumble. So we're gonna get it together, all three of us. But now it's been three people's ambitions, and I say by the end of it, Liv is gonna be in like the final 2 or 3. This Rumble. And so when she gets to that point, it's going to be at the behest and at the cost of Raquel and Roxanne. I think this entire time while Liv's been gone, there's been this friendship and like sisterhood growing between those two that in the end, I could see Dom and those two breaking off and Liv going to be her own baby face on
Right.
her own and having to kind of discover what that looks like as being just a solo girl where she was a solo woman where she I used to be tag team partners with Rhea and now I didn't scoffed in her face this whole time and made her life mess and same with EO and all these people. It's the Jey Uso story from when he came to Monday Night Raw. Oh, I screwed all these people over in the bloodline, and now my team gone. Now my gang gone. Now I'm about to get jumped by everybody. Like, how can I rebuild my character? So, but I don't think Liv wins the Rumble. So, and I don't think she's getting these tag team titles either. I
Right.
do though think she's gonna win that Elimination Chamber, that Women's Chamber to go to Mania, because I do think she'll be going for a world title by Mania.
She's that good. She's that talented. I can live with either one. Either her getting the belt from the world championship belt, or and it pains me to say this, but I think Stephanie Valcour, she's turned into a one move professional
don't do
wrestler,
that.
and it sucks because I mean it's not her fault, it's the fans' fault. Because every time the Devil's Kiss comes up, that's pretty much all she's known for, but she's much more than that to me. My opinion. They just put that move over. It's like, okay, that's all we here for. That sucks.
She going through them growing pains, and I get it. Because like here's the thing, EO had the same like silence from the fans when she got up to the main roster. And look at her now. Like EO is beloved and highly cheered wherever she goes. So like
character development.
I need, but they haven't been doing it with Stephanie.
No.
But you know who they've been doing it with? The whole Judgment Day. Because I'm telling you, Stephanie gonna lose that belt to Raquel.
Ooh.
Because at Mania, when Liv is cashing in that opportunity, it's probably gonna boil down to a triple threat between the three: Raquel, Roxanne, and Liv.
Okay.
Do you snatch the belt off your best friend and take it from him just to become world champion again? Because like she said to her on Monday night, to Roxanne, I didn't trust you at all. Yeah, you you okay now. Right. Roxanne said, hey, yo, wait, what? Huh? Put that in your file in the back of your head. I'm going to remember that. I'm not talking now. I'll be talking later.
Okay, you're cooking. Okay, you cooking. I like that. I like that a lot, man, but what saddens me is on the women's side, especially on the Raw side, you still got Asuka. You still got Kyrie. They're cooking. That story being unfolded right before our eyes as well too is very compelling. It has been compelling for a long time as well too. So,
well, man. I don't know if I've heard this take, but I'm gonna sell you on this.
Okay,
Asuka, Kyrie, Liv busy at Mania.
Okay.
Rhea, EO.
Okay.
Throw in Charlotte and Alexa. Throw in Nia and Lash.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a lot of combustible elements. But why don't we just close WrestleMania with the TLC match for the women's tag team titles? There is no grander statement. You did it with the men's tag team titles a year ago. Do it with the women's tag team titles. Let Liv and them either open, just run it back. You did a triple threat women's world title match last year on night 2 to open up. Go ahead, do that, or do it night 1. But give the women a big showcase, let them main event that night. And with all that, yeah, all those main eventers coming out that match. Hey, I think that's a opportunity that the women have worked and earned and deserved because post Evolution, though SmackDown's roster has been kind of struggling, the overall women on the main roster and NXT have been carrying a lot of this television and a lot of the matches and a lot of they've been putting in the effort. So it's kind of been cool to see that along the way. So I hope they can get an opportunity like that in the future.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. They've earned it. And we spoke about, you know, at the end of the year, the women's wrestling in general has taken a major step up, and they deserve the opportunity to, like you said, close the show. Let's see what they got. I mean, and I wish Evolution was annual. It doesn't look like they're going to do it this year, but it should be annual because they've got enough talent on between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And even if you wanted to pull some women from TNA as well too, you could. CML, I'm not CMLL, but AAA, they could do that and just have a great 3-hour show. You know, if they chose to do so, they could. I wish they would. But to your point, give them something to close the show for WrestleMania. I think the TLC match would be perfect. I mean, we saw what they did with War Games, and that was really creative, you know?
Big facts. I would love to see that. You're speaking my language and you're speaking to my heart with that. So yeah.
That's why we a tag team, bro.
Hey. But with that said, you talked about earning opportunities. Well, we got the Royal Rumble coming up. Where people are well, let's wrap up. We've transferred Sammy on over to the Royal Rumble. Is Sammy walking away with this title against Drew McIntyre?
I don't see it. I would like to. It would be a great story, but I don't see it long term. Again, it's the reoccurring thing. Long term booking for Drew McIntyre. He looks the part of a monster. He looks the part of a champion. He's got this. He's hit another gear that we all knew that he had, but had not showcased it, and he's flaunting it now. He's doing his thing right now. Let him cook for as long as he can cook with this title. That's how I see it. I would like Sammy at some point to win the title, but today just ain't gonna be that day for him.
I fully agree. And I would love that somehow by next Mania, Drew can swing back the title. And we can then have this story because I think Drew being the person that 13 times has defeated Sami Zayn in a row. Sammy, no wins. 13, that's an unlucky number. You better not pick me. You better pick them. You better not pick me. And he picks Drew and he goes after Drew and beats Drew for the title next year. I think that's a great match and a great story to tell. And I mean, on my little old channel, that's something that I thought was going to happen by this next Mania. But you know, paths and directions have changed. So we will see where that goes for the future. But no, I am fully aligned with you. Drew McIntyre will be walking out with that title. That is just the tea. But the tea that I'm scared to drink is this next match. AJ Styles, my favorite Republican, versus Gunther. And if AJ loses, his career is over. What you got?
I don't see AJ losing this close or this early into 2026. I think he's going. If he's going to call it a career, I would like to see him call it a career. At a Saturday night's main event against Gunther. Let this be Gunther's. Let this be his gimmick. You know,
his calling card.
Exactly. Like you want to end your career, call Gunther to tap you out, put you to sleep, put you out the pasture.
Okay,
that's what I want to see. I mean, if we gonna do it, let's. One's an anomaly, two is a trend. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the streak going.
Okay.
But I don't see AJ losing. Not the Royal Rumble. Not this close into 2026. As we progress and go on, yeah, I do see him. Here's the thing. Do you see AJ wrestling past SummerSlam?
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that.
I would love to see him wrestle past. I would love to see him wrestle all of 2026.
Yes, me too. Big facts. But I don't know. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, man. This is my next Eddie. Like this is my next Eddie. Like after Eddie died, I found AJ.
Okay.
Literally on YouTube, I found AJ like in this video doing stuff in this company I'd never seen before, and then I found him.
Yeah.
So now I'm over here like, because like I can see AJ when he slipped in that tag team match. I was like, no.
Yeah.
No. That better. Are you playing that up or was that real? Like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
AJ, you good, dog? Like, just stretch it out, man. You good. You still phenomenal. You can out wrestle any of these people.
Right.
That being said, get ready to fly. I think it's over, man.
You're about to get ready to cry. That's what.
For real.
Oh man, you think this is the one? You think this is the one?
There's enough believability. Yeah, there's enough believability in my heart that he could go down in this match.
Oh wow!
And the win was he tapped him.
Yeah,
I could see that because you don't want him to lose after beating Cena and Gold. Like he's out. Well, no, he lost since Goldberg, but like that's only for the world title.
Yeah,
like, he hasn't lost since. He ran a tournament, then he literally beat and tapped Cena, and now he. Like here, I've already mapped out like how it could go and how it could work, but like it's me having my own little field day of like trying to protect my favorite wrestler. Like it's not gonna happen. It's just like he could beat Gunther in this match. I don't even know if they would go that far if they could do a move that he could like choke him out almost Brody Lee style. If he could put Gunther to sleep, maybe like because maybe he keeps going for tap outs, but Gunther passes out instead of tapping out. Maybe we even get like a little blade job and we get a little WrestleMania 13 third with Stone Cold and Brett.
Yeah.
13 WrestleMania 13 with the little blood dripping. Gunther pass out. Cool. We're not trying to make him a babyface, but we try to keep that aura of him being a monster. He comes back out and wins the Rumble. Gunther does. AJ's win is over Gunther. AJ goes on and does his own little life and lives and does his thing. Wins at Mania, whatever he does. Gunther now goes to Mania, wins the world title. We move on to a Saturday Night's Main Event. And that's what Gunther says. And AJ's like, yeah, you know what? It is my final year. I'm liking that gold. Come on. And he's like, nah. And he basically makes him do the same bet again. If you bout it, put your career, put some on the line. I need you to put some on the line too. It can't just be me. He puts all his career on the line and then he beats him right there. So AJ never gets his hand on that belt. Just a fingertip away. That's the only way I see him getting out this Rumble match is like Gunther coming out and demolishing and dumping and specifically winning the Rumble by dumping Cody Rhodes out last. Because every time Gunther has been in the Rumble, Cody Rhodes has been the single entity that has emptied him out of that Rumble. And now with Cody back in it, it is now time for Gunther to get his get back. And so all in the same night, we gonna just knock out all them to lose to AJ, but then to take out the top of the company. I could see it.
I can see that too. I could see in the match with him and Gunther and AJ is Gunther locking in the choke and AJ doing a veteran move and an overzealous Gunther is on his shoulders and he gets basically gets the pin that way. AJ wins. That could get us some more legs. Like, okay, I beat you. We're 1-1 now. Like you said, Gunther somehow gets his hands on the title somewhere down the line. And then the stipulation, we're going to run it back. Title versus career. I could see that happening, so, and I wouldn't be mad at that, because again, during a Saturday night's main event, make this is his calling card. This is what Gunther is going to be known for. Ending careers during Saturday night main events,
Then I say AJ's gone by July.
Okay.
I think you clear the path for Gunther to have Brock challenge him for the world heavyweight title in Minneapolis at the SummerSlam. So
Okay.
I don't think AJ would get that opportunity at SummerSlam. So like unless we hold it off past SummerSlam,
Yeah.
I think it's July with that same Saturday night's main event where they had R-Truth versus John Cena.
Okay.
1v1.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that same one. Whatever it's if that June, July territory.
Yeah.
So
I don't see AJ making it past if he makes it past SummerSlam, he won't make it to WrestlePalooza. He won't make it past
okay.
So August, September time, so he'll work 9 months out of the year and then call it a career. So I can see that.
Stop trying to make WrestlePalooza a thing. Stop.
That's everybody's favorite tentpole WWE PLE.
Loser! Yeah, get that out of here, man. I ain't trying to hear that. But with that said, we are on to the last two matches of the Rumble card. But with that, we're going to dive into our Big Six. And so we're going to go, and I think instead, I'm going to pay respect to them. We're going to jump on the Women's Rumble first.
Okay.
And so with that, I looked at the women's roster and I said the Big Six to me, who are the potential winners: Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Liv Morgan, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
if I was going to, I don't know who I would take off of your list, but I would add, and just me personally, because you need to build young stars.
Okay.
You do have to have a Roxanne in the mix because Pot Rocks is over. Pot Rocks is over. Another person I would like to see added into that mix would be
and let me explain. My Big Six are not the final six of the match.
Oh yeah. But those potential that can win.
Who you think can actually win this match?
I think Roxanne is conniving enough, and that's I don't mean that in a disrespectful way.
No, I got you.
But yeah, she's heel enough to pull off such a feat. I think she could do it. I would love to see her step up into that realm of. Again, I think she's adjacent to a Liv Morgan in the fact like they work very similarly. That just me personally. I would just like to see that just somebody new that we could create a new storyline for to bring the next generation up into the main event limelight. Everybody, I think you're spot on. I mean, Jade Cargill could. I mean, I don't think she'll win it. I think Bianca Belair could definitely come back, and it's due. I don't want to see Charlotte do it again. We've seen that story. But again, I would love to see, here's one we didn't talk about, a Bayley. But I do not think they would pull a trigger on Bayley because we're seeing the way that she's being treated now. Being left off of WrestleMania. She's talented enough. I think she's got the goods to go ahead and deliver a great match with whoever she's paired with. But again, I just don't see that in her future, and that's unfortunate.
I fully agree with you on that, sadly. I was happy to be there live in Florida when she won 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
was a ball to be there. And she did it in the Ric Flair spot, number 3, all the way through. So happy to see that. Just, man, I was screaming. I was like, ah! And the dude wearing a Hulk Hogan shirt next to me was like, bro, what's your problem? Like, yo, what's your problem?
It's Bayley.
Hey, it's Bayley, my dog. And so Bayley does not get enough respect in this company on the air or at any point. So, like, yeah, it's here's to what happens with Bayley in 2026. I'm curious to see where she goes and what she does. But I do not think she's going to the main event of WrestleMania for the women. Unless it's in that tag team match.
Okay.
But anyway, I think big people, big stories that come out my big six people. I think the only reason why I wouldn't go with Rhea Ripley is because Io Sky. You keep those tag team titles on them. You don't cause conflict, maybe potential conflict in that Saturday Night's main event match. But the real conflict happens during this match because just like all the women said, what happens when y'all are in the ring together? I'm building a WrestleMania title match off of the other comment of what's going to happen with y'all. But there's combustible elements on all sides. And so how are we going to do that? What are we going to do with that? So I do believe that's where we are going to get those two people out of the match. Liv Morgan, her greed and then guilt, I think, is going to get her caught up and eliminated. And I think this match comes down to two people, really, and it's Tiffany Stratton and Bianca Belair. Two people who've kind of just been gone and ghosted in the wind for a bit.
Okay.
Especially since Bianca is getting it back in blood storyline, like I was talking about, where she comes back, it's that 02 Triple H push, where she gets the video package. She comes, wins the Rumble, goes for the title, where she first lost at WrestleMania last year in Vegas, same building to then win that same title back again this year, or the WWE Championship off of Jade this year. I can see it, and I can rock with that. I'm not mad at that at all.
Right.
So, or you could have Tiffany Stratton come back and win it, and maybe you inject her on Raw. If you can tell, I don't really have much gusto behind Tiffany Stratton because I think we need to go back to the drawing board with her because her just being Tiffany time ain't enough.
No. No. I no offense to her, but I've never really been that high on her anyway. But yeah, I think the more compelling story would be for Bianca Belair to win. Bianca go to SmackDown, challenge Jade Cargill for the title, and let that story play out.
I fully agree.
I think that would be the way to go. You know, Black Girl Magic. Let's make it work.
Oh, and I can just tell you, Jade already gonna be up in her face. Like, oh, you can pick me if you want to. I'm that bitch, and so don't get up in my space. and then it's gonna be a wrap because then Bianca gonna be like, well, I'm the great, I'm the boom 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 boom. The champ is here, and this
yep.
The throwdown, the Thriller at Manila gonna go down, and so I can't wait to see those two women go, and I think that's gonna be Jade's best match to date in this company.
Yeah, hands down.
And so we're gonna see what happens in what's to come with that. But I think for the Big Six, the biggest winner we got out of this is Bianca. But now let's go talk about the men's Rumble because to me, I think it's a little bit foggier on the Big Six side for the men. So we are looking at Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
We're looking at Roman Reigns. I did put him on the list. Good.
Yeah.
We're looking at Sami Zayn, Oba Femi.
Okay.
The already earlier mentioned Gunther.
Yeah.
And then my believable winner and pick, Braun Breaker.
I agree. I matter of fact, I agree with all of them except for one, with Gunther being included in there because I didn't think that he would pull double duty over there in Saudi.
Actually, no. It's gonna be good.
I don't know who I would replace him with though. I mean, I would. I don't want to see another Jey Uso part 2. I can tell you that much. I'd be interested in a Braun Breaker winning the Royal Rumble because it's a fresh storyline. What you could theoretically do is replace a Gunther with the Seth Rollins as a shocker, you know. Who knows? But
I fast.
I think he can be protected in that type of a match.
Okay.
I think he could be protected in that type of match. Do I think they would, gamble on having him out there for that? It wouldn't shock me, but I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't go that far. But in terms of who I could realistically see, it would either be a Cody Rhodes, Braun Breaker, or Roman Reigns. And out of those three, I would rather see a Braun Breaker make a name for himself in a big moment, in a big stage like that, on a world stage.
I think he needs it the most, especially after that loss. And so on a world stage, yes, I fully agree with you. He needs that moment. To me, the three I pull out this the most, Cody's out of the match because Gunther's. I'm gonna start putting faith in my words. Gunther gonna find his way up in this match because that man lost. So you know what? Get ready to. I'm not about to get ready to cry. We gonna get ready to fly, man. Come on, nah. Man, you gonna see some tears. This man really does retire next Saturday. It's tragic, man. I don't know how I'm ahead of that. But I think Braun needs it more. But if Braun wins it, that means my AJ going home early. They packing him up. Oh, man. Put him on his shirt.
Closing time.
But if my heart could really, 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 really speak, I'd be like, fuck Braun, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh man, if Oba Family come on, man. Oba Family just winning the Rumble would be crazy. And just shooting him up straight to the top, past the Trick, past the Javon. I'm not doing these mid-card belts. I'm doing the Brock Lesnar push. And I'm going straight for it. I just left one belt, but I ain't gonna leave gold for no reason, so I need more. Give me Oba Family winning the Rumble, and I'm in heaven. I could care. Oba Femi versus Drew at Mania. Hey, you cost me my championship match, my champion versus champion match. You know what? Give me that belt now. Oba versus Drew at Mania. Hey, I'm here for it at this point. So
families will eat with that one. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I would love to see that. I would love to see, bro. They're very similar in size as well, too. So I mean, that's
indeed.
That would go hard. That would be dope.
So hey, that's what my heart would want, and if I had to book, probably what I'm booking, but I'm also probably booking Braun to beat Punk on that card, on that Raw card. Okay? Okay. I know I love Punk, and I know I'm a Punk supporter, and I it is what it is, man. This man brought me back to wrestling, and Company Man Punk. He brought me back to wrestling in 2011. I wouldn't be here without this man. So, because I was too busy chasing women after high school, because that's what was popular. Not no wrestling. What no shawty trying to hear? Oh, RKO? No. If you said RKO, it's probably getting a no after.
RKO.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't see me either.
Well, I do like the fact that when Braun Breaker did wrestle CM Punk, he did show some rookie errors, so the second time around, you know, I've grown, I've learned, I listened to my wise man, and I learned some things, you know. So I wouldn't mind seeing Punk drop it over to Braun Breaker, and then
In a rematch,
was that?
like in a WrestleMania rematch.
I don't know if they'll be that far. I would like to see Braun Breaker being made at WrestleMania. I mean, that makes sense. But I don't know if it's not. That's not going to sell tickets though. I would love to see it, but I don't think that's going to main event. And I think CM Punk is, you know, main event status. And things could change between now and WrestleMania for Braun Breaker, but they got their work cut out for them.
Okay, no, I got you. Hear me out, and then we can move on. How about this? The end of the match. Braun Breaker's in the ring with Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we say Oba Femi, we put somebody else up in there. I'm already cried out my eyes. AJ is retired. Gunther ain't in the match, so put Gunther out the match. Okay. Braun Breaker is thrown out of the ring by Roman. Braun has this like furious security. Like this is like how last year the whole Seth, Roman and Punk thing was like the big security pull apart. The Rumble's out of control. This is gonna be that. And Braun's gonna want to go in, and Braun has been killing people the whole match and throwing people out.
Okay.
The only reason why Braun is not in this match, and you know what? Make him one of the third out last. So he just missed the final two. Put him in that limelight as well with Roman there, and maybe put Cody at the end. So that way, hey, exercise that Roman and Cody match. We don't want it at Mania. Give it to us in the Rumble. We good with that. Roman wins the Rumble. Roman is now going to go to WrestleMania. Like he said, yo, this belt would look good on my shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I'm going to go after you, CM Punk. I want your belt. Because Cody ain't got nothing no more. And instead, on the road to WrestleMania, Braun is like, I one more. Because of Paul. Because not Paul. But yeah, probably because of Paul making his phone calls to the final boss. Because I think Paul is the sleeper agent for the final boss this entire time.
Ooh, okay.
Because it's not Seth Rollins' vision. It's the final boss's vision.
Okay.
This is all getting at people who have betrayed and turned their back on the final boss. Hey? So, in my opinion, you get Braun a title match on the road to WrestleMania. Braun then kills Punk for the title on the road to WrestleMania to then be 1v1. Night 2. Yeah, I'll risk it. I'll say night 2 main event. Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Professor Chris, can you hear me, Professor Chris?
That's a star-making match.
Roman Reigns' shoulders put down on the mat for that 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's a bold theory right there. That's a bold prediction. You're cooking. I like it.
So we give him that star-making match at Mania that you talking about. That's what you want it. I'm serving it up.
There it is. I mean, I see no flaws in that logic. I like it.
But with that said, we gon'. You know what I do see flaws in though? Our main event.
Okay.
I see some flaws in this WWE Unreal Season 2. Some stuff I don't know. Do you really feel like you had the wool pulled over your eyes? Maybe and here's the thing I said during this whole episode. I was just like, if John Pollock was never in my life and I never could just hear these things from him prior to, would I have ever believed this? Could I have been bought in? Like, Or am I just in too deep where I would just have never believed this? Because like Becky Lynch over here, like, do I have to lie to his dad? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm breaking out in hives. Ah. And now you shucking and jiving at the SummerSlam. But you shucking and jiving over here, like, haha, we got you, Becky. Like, come on, girl. Like, what? You got
Yeah.
who? You got what? Your daughter couldn't even keep the bucket of water you had. And she
Oh,
took you to school and told your teacher. So, like, what do you want? I don't believe, like, y'all are trying to really buy me into this. Like, there's certain people that, like, Seth, and where I buy into Becky on this show was her arc and not her being a part of Seth's arc.
yeah.
But how did you feel about Seth's arc? We're gonna break it down by arc.
All right. So I think remember when we did a watch along when the Goldberg, it was the headliner was Goldberg's retirement match. We were watching along and I called it right there. I was like, oh, he ain't hurt, because I've seen injuries like that. I've had injuries before, rolled ankles. He landed and just, hopped up like, okay, it's bad. But they went through all the pacings of it. And I appreciate that for what it was, right? But I called out like, dude ain't hurt. We got receipts. Go back and listen to it if you don't believe me, right? But hearing Becky's side of it, and shout out to Miss Joy, the teacher that got brought into the inner circle of it, right? So that part I did appreciate. And going back just a little bit, so in preparation, because I knew we were going to talk about Unreal, I binge watched it. And my wife, who was not a wrestling fan at all, I mean, she aware of who some of these characters are and who some of these wrestlers and performers are, has no clue of the events that transpired that we were watching on Unreal. And I even text you, I said, you know what, pro wrestling done right is when you can bring in someone who is not a pro wrestling fan, have them watch your product, and then want even more of your product. And that's what I think Unreal is. I think they tapped into something where if you're watching pro wrestling, you already know, okay, it's scripted. We know that the individuals are working together to pull off these matches and what have you. And my wife is fully aware of that. I mean, she was a Stone Cold fan, still is a Stone Cold fan, but she's not aware of all the storylines in that. And so she's like, oh, the behind the scenes part of it, the inner workings of the matches, and then getting the storyline or back the behind the scenes integral part of Seth Rollins' injury. She found that very interesting. I was like, okay, that's cool. So she's binge watched the whole season 2 with me, So going back to Seth Rollins and his arc, okay, it's nothing we didn't know, but just hearing his side and perspective of everything that he had to do, kudos to him. I'm glad that we're able to unpeel a little bit more of those layers, because as a fan, you don't get that kind of access to these performers as on a humanistic level, and I can appreciate that.
I agree. And I mean, there's some people that I don't know if we got the full human experience on, Seth being one of them.
Right.
Because I think we're playing a ruse within a ruse within a ruse. And I feel like that's what some of what Unreal is a ruse within a ruse. And so there's everybody's always trying to be worked. Oh, I don't really like this show. Ho 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 ho. Yeah, okay, right. Paul Heyman, but you own it and you jucking it up and having a ball at it. So nah.
Right. The performance in the performance. I get it.
But someone like Elira, man.
Yeah.
Man. By the end of it, I was feeling for girl. Yeah,
100%.
I didn't know you was feeling that after the match, because I thought we was chilling. I thought you was doing good.
And remember, again, we did we covered that match as well too, and I don't think we were as hard on that match as she was as the performer. We were like, okay, yeah, there were some things where we liked and we didn't like about it, but yeah, seeing her go back and relive that, and then just hearing like the disappointment in her voice. I mean, you could tell that she's very passionate about her craft, and I can appreciate that, and I love that about her, and I have a better appreciation for her as a performer because she's that detail oriented, and she's like, she even said going into the match, I wasn't feeling it, and I'm like, okay,
That's real.
okay, it could be an excuse, but even still, I appreciate her being that vulnerable and that honest with everyone and giving us a glimpse into what she was going through in the steps of that match.
I say her passion, her breakdown after SummerSlam,
Yeah.
and just that was just I hope she can get to a place where she feels that confidence and feels that same thing that other people feel, because to me, I've been questioning like, yo, how'd you have her in such a prominent position and then this is where we at with her now? Like, I'm not like the Bailey, and I hate to say this, but the Bailey goofball segments,
Yeah.
like I don't know, like if this is how we were building her pre-title run, okay, cool, but like it keeps her on TV, gets her TV time. I get that, but
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to say it's because it's like I want to see both women in better things, Bailey and her, but I hope she does good, and it makes my heart warm to see like you can actually kind of understand what Becky's doing, because what one of Becky's statements on Unreal is, "Hey, this is my final contract."
Mm-hmm.
She said that, and I was kind of flabbergasted by hearing her say that, because it's like a line that kind of just goes by, like it just floats right past you. But so since this is her final contract, you look at what she's been doing, trying to build up Lyra through the feud with her, and then now trying to build up Maxine with the feud with her, trying to help AJ return and build her back up as well, helping the women get the War Games match off, and doing that as well, and taking the loss after having like an undefeated streak or like a high record of her like always getting the win.
Mm-hmm.
She lost and gave that loss up to help build the other team. So like this has been a run of her giving back and trying to feed more. So like I'm curious to see who her next kind of people will be. Like maybe they give her no, well, she's a heel right now, but if they ever turn her back, I'd love to see her work with Jay Cargill. I'd like to see what she could do with her. What those two could pull out of a run like that. So and having a little small feud. But I think what we got to see from her was it was encouraging until we got to the Seth stuff. And I liked what I saw from Becky until the Seth stuff. Yeah, and just the ham hour was getting a little annoying for me.
Yeah, yeah. But that's who Becky is at her core. She is more goofy than anything, and I mean that in a respectful way. She's not a serious person. She loves puns. That's just her personality going, being shown on camera, So seeing the thing that I liked, and I didn't know I liked it until my wife mentioned it, is that she said the chemistry between her and Seth off camera, rooting for each other, cheering for each other during their matches back in gorilla position was, something that you hear about it, but you don't get to see it. And being able to get a glimpse of that was truly special. That's pretty cool.
And they capture a lot of those moments you get to see.
Yeah.
Whether it's, I think they even did some of that from WrestleMania 2035 when they both won titles. They were both in each other's in Gorilla for each other's title wins. That's back when they were just first dating. So yeah, I fully agree with you. It's cool to see all that love between them blooming behind the scenes and whatnot. I didn't know I had seen that photo, that video of them from when they got married. I didn't know they just put it in a bowl.
I had no idea. I'm like, that's pretty creative.
I was like, okay, all right. And so, but I want to touch on something around the Seth verse and his chicanery before we move on to these other characters they had on the show, because we're gonna talk about somebody that really it ain't the character, but it's everybody else around the character that pissed me off, basically. But LA Knight, we made mention of him blowing that spot. Do you think us watching this documentary, fans watching this documentary, does this help or does this hurt LA Knight?
I think for me, when I was watching it and I saw that that spot was not what they discussed going into the match, that answered a glaring question we've had on this show. Why aren't we putting LA Knight in the title picture? I don't think they trust him. I don't think the higher ups trust that he will do the right thing when it comes to finishing matches and doing the right thing in the moment, because that was a high profile spot. What they talked about, and Chris Parks, Abyss, the guy that put the match together, was apologizing left and right. And I don't like how they portray him as this person who's like, he seems like he's looking for approval and he's overcompensating, and he's like, I just don't like how they portray him as that. If that's genuinely his personality, then okay, then my bad. I don't understand the guy as well as I think I do. But he was apologizing there, and Triple H at one point was like, hey, you don't have to apologize. You can put it together, but it's up to the performers to execute what was planned. And I think with LA Knight, I think he's not in the position that we would want him as fans to be in, is because of things like that. Because I don't think that's the first time it's happened, and I don't think it's the most recent issue that they've had with him as far as his performances go. So I don't know what the story is on that, but he's been off of TV for a little bit. So who knows? What are your thoughts?
Well, here's where I'm struggling to think, like, is this going to help or hurt him? Like, is showing the fans this and saying those things to us now going to say, like, oh, LA Knight, yeah. And now you start to take away the gusto and energy from people saying that, because now you're saying, oh, y'all don't believe in him. Because then they started to do that with Dolph at one point, where the chants and the pops and the cheers for Dolph after losing and losing and losing and losing, and only being an IC champion, or only being able to get up to a certain level, the chants for Dolph diminished to a certain degree. And you've seen that with other baby faces, that when you see them beaten and beaten and beaten over time, their energy is just depleted. And so LA Knight has lost so many times at this point.
Yeah.
You put the losses on top of this, it could go one or two ways, in my opinion. We can go the direction of, well, you know what? What they say, I love LA Knight, and we're going to chant it louder and louder until they actually push him. Because we want him. That's best for business. Right. Or, like I said, oh, well, you know what? I'm giving up on LA Knight. And then now this is going to be LA Knight's peter out. But it's also a two-handed pop of not also the failure in the matches, but now also the company slapping you in the face publicly and saying, yeah, that is what it is. And now fans give up. And so where you could look at this documentary and some people could say, well, does this help or hurt Lyra? I think you built a lot of sympathy for Lyra. A lot of sympathy that people didn't have before. People just calling her Bird Girl. Like, I think you've built a lot for her in the same way as they built a lot for Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green is the principal characters of Unreal at this point.
100%. Yeah.
So, like, from her, us getting to see her house getting built in this, to then her nose getting broken. I tell you this, I think this hurt Zelina, in my opinion, because I'm watching that. I don't really, unless I missed it, I didn't really see like a lot of them overly like, oh, Zelina be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you, I didn't mean to break your nose. It was just like everybody reacting to her nose being broken, how tough she was, how all this, that, and the other. And I'm like, man, this kind of hurts Zelina. And Zelina already need anything she can get energy-wise, because she, like, we saw the U.S. title reign. and I'm not trying to spit on nobody while they down, but like
Mm-hmm.
it was not lighting the world on fire. And so she luckily Zelina's a heel. Thank God she's not a baby face. But I also could see this slowly baby facing Chelsea Green.
Yeah. What I didn't like is when I can't remember if it was Michael. I think it was Michael Hayes that was saying that I can see how I could get taken out the wrong way, where he was saying, well, Chelsea Green is not she doesn't have the build of a Charlotte or one of these main event players. She's the one that makes those main eventers. But I think that she has something, talking about Chelsea Green, that could make her a main event player because she can wrestle.
Mm.
She's just been giving this comedic role, and she plays it spectacularly, right? So I think that she has something. Is she a world title contender now? No, and that's the way that the writers are portraying her. That's the narrative that they've created for her. But I think that if given the opportunity, she could definitely do something. She could definitely do something.
I'm hoping they give her the ball in a more serious fashion down the road. And hey, they even made they're not gonna touch on it, but they even made mention of her Lucha Underground past with Penta.
Right.
When they were touching on Penta coming into the company. And the fact that they had that match together.
Right.
Hey, they might not have a match, but give me that more serious side of that you showed me in that on WWE television. Give me some of the TNA side of her that she had created, where she had that character. Bring her over here to that, but like, make her a world champion. Give her the opportunity to run with the ball because she has a connection with the fans. And if that's what you need to succeed in this business, then she's already got that and the wrestling ability. So now just give her the opportunity. So, but somebody who they did give the opportunity to, Jelly Roll. All I got to say about Jelly Roll, I couldn't really care much about the actual match in real life, but to see the work that he put into lose the weight, 180 pounds, started off at 480, got down to 300 pounds for the match. That's amazing. That's amazing work. The man putting it in, sweating. I don't know, Hunter, if I would go as far to say this man was a Dusty Rhodes. I wouldn't diminish Dusty that low, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I also think that's kind of disrespectful to say that's Dusty. So that's just me. That's that guy. Hey, I guess that's a shot for smashing the throne, but happy he got the opportunity to wrestle and have his tag match and even wanted to put people over. Crazy. So
shout out to Jelly Roll for losing a whole human, man. I mean, 180, that is a whole human being that he lost in weight, you know what I mean? And for him to go out there and train, and again, I think this is a great vehicle for people to see the vulnerability and the humanistic side of these performers, right? And again, I was just like you, didn't care about Jelly Roll wrestling or anything like that, but seeing the passion and the work that he put in to not only promoting the match, but actually doing pretty decent in the match, you know, because again, going back and, you know, reviewing it, we're like, oh, okay, it wasn't Bad Bunny, but not everybody can be a Bad Bunny. Not everybody is a Logan Paul. And that's the other thing about it, is like a lot of people don't realize how athletic Logan Paul really is. I mean, this dude is putting work into his craft. And again, watching with my wife, she's like, wow, I had no idea that Logan Paul was as athletic as he is. And I'm like, you're absolutely right. So
he got some hype for that choke slam.
What's that?
He got some hype for that choke slam. Through the desk on the Tonight Show. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that and then putting those meta frames on and going through the announce table, bro. That is a leap. So, you know, shout out to both of them, because I mean, again, they didn't have to do as much as they did, but the performance was good. The performance was good. Shout out to him to take that Claymore like he did too.
Agreed. Hey, the man was a champ for that.
Yeah.
And somebody else who was a champ,
Mm,
Naomi,
talk about it.
and showing the rise of her coming back.
Talk about it.
The mention of her tag team partner at
Mm.
one point, but they
I
did
was-
say Sasha Banks. They did say it
I was
one time.
shocked they said Sasha's name, and then after that they just like kind of, put it under the rug. But I didn't think they would go as far as number one mentioning Sasha Banks and then going as personal as they did with the walkout. I wish we as at least me following professional wrestling, I know too much, so they glossed over a lot of the details with that story and for her to get back in good graces. But at the end of the day, seeing her and Jimmy again being vulnerable, showing their love, showing that side of Naomi, because you could actually, and you mentioned it, you caught it before I did. Naomi's character being built before winning the Money in the Bank, and her getting this, this new attitude, unlocking this character and being able to showcase it. You brought it to my attention. I was just like, oh, okay, whatever. But you were like, hey, you got to pay attention to this. And then once I started, paying attention to it, I was like, oh, she got something. She a killer.
I was like, that genuinely was my best video I ever made for my other previous channel. I had made a Jey Uso video that got some good views about his road to the title, but I called it how Naomi got her groove back. Literally Naomi cashing in at Evolution. Just different people. Rio was there.
Yeah.
I had Bianca there instead of EO because I thought it would mean a little bit more with Bianca being there, which she was hurt. Maybe she would have been there in the end. Who knows? But no, I loved the fact that they actually put the briefcase on her. The fact that watching her come back through the wind and say, hey, can I put some tape on this? I'm like, yes, girl. Get creative the second you get back there. Tell these people, hey, Tiffany had that. I want that. Give me that. I got this caution tape. Give me that. So no, I love it. I love the fact that they gave her that briefcase. They let her be her character. Yeah. Michael Hayes was over here like, yes, I was wrong. Hey, let her run with it. I like the critique of at the Evolution pay-per-view after the Great No Holds Bar match that they had.
Yeah.
You literally turn around and they're like, oh, we're gonna put some glue on your cut. And then it's like, nah, let the blood dry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those type of details right there, man.
Yes. And so the Band-Aid and the blood coming out. Naomi came down, cashing in that briefcase to only come back to have just the biggest celebration and people loving and hugging and giving her all this praise. Man, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing. So the Naomi part of this, they don't really go, I don't remember them going past the cash in her world title win. So I feel like that's very close to the last episode, but no, that's pretty much it for the Naomi arc. And I'm sure they're gonna bring back more because another person they tap on throughout this whole show is John Cena. Whether season 1 was touching on the heel turn and executing that and the title win, this season we're pitter-pattering around with some of John Cena's stuff, but we're not really touching on a lot of his stuff. We've talked, and I feel like dedicated more time to Pat McAfee and Gunther, which I tell you this, I gained more respect for Jelly Roll by the end of his.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't with Pat, but I was just like, I don't think I need to watch this. You could have took this out. Like, I didn't care about how this match was made. Oh, I didn't know Lyra had all that pressure on herself earlier on Backlash. Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And I also loved hearing about the heel turn because I was there live for the heel turn. And so to hear what she was thinking during that. I'm up in the stands at the T-Mobile Arena screaming, girl, do something. Stop just getting hit.
Yes.
something. Oh, you
That
not
part
gonna do
right
nothing?
there.
Do it again, Becky. Do it. If she ain't gonna fight, do it again, Becky. And that's what the crowd was chanting. That's what the energy was on. Do it again if she not gonna fight. If she gonna put her hands up, go ahead, tap her up there. That's the name of the game. She don't want it.
She had that "why are you hitting me" look on her face, and it's like, girl, fight back, do something, do something,
She's
right?
like, what did I do wrong? I know he lost, but I'm sorry.
Have you not watched WWE growing up? This is what happens.
So, and even I forgot this happened, and so I didn't put her as like a real principal character. But in us talking about this, they did kind of cover the whole WrestleMania with the tag team titles and Bayley being taken out of the match, and
yeah,
Bayley actually having some real kind of serious hurt feelings behind that, which I don't blame you. I wish I could teleport everybody into my brain to then see I land in LA. Not LA. I'm at LAX. I'm already missing the show. I'm in the wrong location. I landed in Vegas. We did our thing. We got to the hotel, and then we said, "Oh, Bayley got a meet and greet at this other hotel." Zipped over there, line out the door, like
no doubt,
crazy line. She was only supposed to be there for 2 hours. She stayed there the whole time to get them people. Like genuine free photo.
Nice.
Like just pull up, and if you buy this 25 bottle of alcohol, you get to the VIP line, and then you just skip that line and make sure you get that photo even faster. So that's what we did. Because also we landed, we need some alcohol for the trip. Okay, I guess we about to drink it neatly in the hotel room. Come on, let's go.
There you go.
So, but nah, to watch her hustling, she had multiple meet and greets that weekend to do all that kind of stuff, and then to be told, "Hey, you're not actually going to wrestle tonight."
Yeah,
that's bold as hell. And I feel for Bayley. And we talked about it earlier, and I said, "Hey, we'll see what she does this year." I am now at a point where I hope she leaves, because you know what I'm gonna get when she leaves? New music, finally.
Wow,
I'm finally get new music, no matter what. Like, absolutely, that's the first thing we gonna cut. She said it at the Sami Zayn show, Friends show in Toronto last year. 2 years ago now. Good God, time's flying. But she was just like, she almost hit the next Friday on this one. She was just like, she came out to her music and she was like, "Yeah, like I can't even like dance to this. I can't even get jiggy to this." And she's like, "Yeah, like this music is awful." That's your music as a champion.
It's bad.
That's your music. Oh, that was so like. I hope she moves on from here, because it almost feels like we're openly disrespecting Bayley at this point. Like, hey, we're gonna move you out of this match to put Becky, the bigger star, in, and Becky even felt some type of way about it. And she's just like, I get it, it's the business, but like that's my girl. Like, I ain't trying to look how me and Charlotte are now. Like, I'm not trying to like do that with her. Like
lose another one. Yeah.
So I don't know. Because what I've seen from Unreal is we're gonna pull back the curtain on some truths. We might tell you some things all the way up until a certain point, and then we just leave you on the cliff, or we leave you on red, and we don't actually tell you the final part of what you need to hear about a certain person's arc or a certain thing that has happened. And that leads me to the final big main person we can talk about on Unreal, because unless there's somebody else that you really want to talk about, this is the episode that pissed me off the most. It's the R-Truth episode, or as the episode is framed as, The Truth. Which, yeah, I can see how that is played upon as, oh, it's in his name. But nah, I don't read it as that. I read it as, hey, y'all was trying to make us out to be villains. Here's the truth. And it's, oh, I just spoke too soon. I actually didn't lose my job. And then you go have R-Truth get up on here and say, oh, I made a mistake.
Mm.
I actually wasn't fired. There was still time. Oh, what was the quote? Triple H said, was never released. The numbers just got crossed.
Yeah, yeah. That to me right there, Truth wasn't wrong. He did not get fired, but they were just saying that they were not going to renew his contract. And from a business aspect, I get it. I understand it. So R-Truth took it as, so you're not going to resign me, then I'm basically being let go. I'm fired. You're not going to use me. You're no longer going to use me. He went to social media and he did he did what I think anyone in his position should have done. Hey, I ain't coming back, y'all. Deuces. You know what I'm saying? And if they're not going to negotiate in good faith, which it sounds like they weren't doing anyway, okay, I'm gonna put your business out on Front Street and we're gonna force your hand. Now, in doing that, yeah, you might get the contract, but where is he at now? You know what I'm saying? So who really won? And the bad part about it is, again, my wife watching the episode with me, she's like, oh, I didn't know all that happened. What's he up to now? So
Right.
it's veilingly pointed out as the truth. Yeah, you got your part out, Triple H. Yes, WWE, you did sign him. And yeah, made for a great moment for 2 weeks, maybe. I'll give him 2 weeks. But what's the follow-up? What's the follow-through at? You had a golden opportunity with Ron Cena as a character. You could have fed families with that merge, but you chose not to. You could have made this man like Ron's. You could have had Ron Cena. It could have had more legs to it, more layers. But you cut yourself off at the knees just to spite this man because he went public. At least in my opinion, that's what I feel like has happened and is happening, and it's unfortunate. He seems like a good, genuine dude, but he's got Father Time working against him, and I think that's what they're seeing on him. So I don't know. That was a sad episode, and yeah, I totally agree with you on that.
We gonna see what happens with him coming forward out of this, because I will say this: if the whole point was them to release him in the first place, and that's what they were going to do no matter what, then they didn't have any plans for him to begin with. And I think how this company works is they work in two different ways. They work on moments and the plans they already got. And I say that to say that's how I was able to predict Naomi winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, because you came back, you were on your P's and Q's the whole time you've been back. We're not going to give you this big storyline and make you the villain of the storyline. Because when you first came back last year in 2024, there's no point that we could fit you in plans because we already had plans for other people. But now we're going to start building you in those plans later down the line. Once the queue starts to fill up, like you putting the new song in the queue, it's like putting the new wrestler in the queue for the opportunity to get that next shot up. So, in my opinion, that was the formula for her getting to her shot. And so, I'm hoping that maybe next year R-Truth gets a shot, or not next year, but this year. R-Truth gets some type of storyline, a shot, something to do on SmackDown that can really give him something to sink his teeth into. Because what's the point of cutting his hair? Why does he want to cut his hair? Oh, I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to expect that when he shows up on television and he pulls back the hood, that this is a different R-Truth, and we're supposed to take him serious now, huh? Huh? You mean the same way the Undertaker took off his hood at WrestleMania and now this man is bald?
Message.
Oh, sorry. Same way your little corporate butt cut off your hair and then you was bald one day too? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Stop. And then, because now to see this, I understand a lot
Oh yeah.
because if you hear what they talked about when Vince was out and they had the celebration or the celebration of friendship segment.
Jericho and Owens.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Triple H was going to cut that because he didn't get it. Because Triple H had the book that night and he just didn't get the segment. And Jericho and Owens fought for the segment. And then by the end, he said, okay, I get it. My bad. I was wrong. And
Yeah.
he wasn't the person overall moving forward with that story. I don't think that story looks the same now. In my head, if he had the full overall book, because I don't get the haircut. We let him cut his hair on television anyway. You know what? I didn't feel anything from that. So you know what? We're not going to use that. We're not going to make him a different character. We know he said he had a different name. We're just going to spit in your face and call him R-Truth again. And act like none of that happened. Oh, and we're going to make him the goofball character again. Oh, like the way Bruce Pritchard was talking about R-Truth during this episode, like,
oh man,
he'll be, and I know he's talking about the character, but like, that's how y'all view that character. Like, man, I'm trying to be polite about my words because hearing Cody Rhodes talk about R-Truth, and then to see the way others talk about him, it's not the same. Cody Rhodes is giving him props of his skill set of what he's able to do with the best he's given, and the fact that he's still able to produce amazing things with the bull, because Cody been in the trenches with that bull, and that's what made him lead the first time.
Right.
Been here in the trenches that entire time and ain't left for nothing. And so to be thrown out, that's why he said, yeah, I don't care how much it costs. You find the money to keep R-Truth on your staff. 100%. And that is the T. That is a legend. You have, for what you have made this man do and march around and pretend and climbing ladders and it's the Royal Rumble and it's the Women's Rumble. Oh, where the dudes at? I ain't gonna hold you. That is hilarious in person. Yeah. I didn't think, and I hated a lot of his comedy over the years because it makes me cringe as just a black person, because like when I see other white people laughing at it, I'm like, this is because I remember the effect that Medea movies had. Yeah, in the early 2000s. Oh, hello. I'm like, yo, black people don't. That's one character, and no one else in the movie talks like that.
No one else.
How we all talk, bro. Get about my face. It's.
You know who R-Truth is, and I'm giving a sports analogy. So during the Lakers championship runs, like the most recent one, when I'd say 2020. It was 2020. They have a player on their bench, and his name is Jared Dudley. And Jared Dudley is or was not, and he's coaching now, but he was on the team not because he was the most athletic, not because he was the most the best defensive player or anything like that. He was a good teammate. He was a good gel guy, right? So he was always clapping up, for the players that were trying to bring energy, bring good positive energy to that locker room. That's an R-Truth. That's invaluable to have on your squad. And for management not to understand and recognize that's who that guy is. He's the glue guy. He's the guy that lightens the room up. He's letting his light shine the brightest in these high pressure situations. For you not to appreciate and recognize that you have that and you're so quick to let that go, that's a cultural issue that you have. That's a deeper issue that you have in your corporation or in your company that needs to be addressed. So my thought is like, wow, you really don't recognize the skill set that this man brings to your TV, that he brings to your talent behind the scenes, whether they're an in-ring performer or whether they're a prop person or whatever. He's that guy that keeps the sanity in the locker room. You have to keep that. Those people are important. They keep the morale up when things are not going as planned. So I have them on my team at work. They may not produce the most, but they're important because they change the energy that's in the room. You know what I mean? In the office space. So that's just my analogy that I wanted to bring up, and that those people are important, even though they play a different role than your main event character. They're equally as important, and they should be appreciated.
Okay. Let's do this. We're gonna do the big three, but
Mhm.
the unreal big three.
Ooh, okay.
So who do you want to see more of? Who do you think was okay? And who do you think, hey, I'm smooth? We can stop seeing you on this program. And I'm talking about strictly, we're gonna use the big
Yeah.
three as a catalyst to
Yeah,
just dive a little bit more into Unreal.
got you.
Who do you want to see more of? Who do you want to see maybe them here? How about this? Who you want to see more of? Who you want them to kind of level out on because maybe they put a little too much, but you still want to see that person on there.
Okay.
And then who's the person who you say, yeah, they need to cut it?
I would honestly like to see. I'm intrigued now because I like Io Sky. You know, her personality again, great personality. You could tell that she's grown, and I like how they were able to, or she was able to be her authentic self. English is not her first language, but she definitely was able to communicate in that. And bringing in the Japanese as well too. So it can be done. So I would love to see like those other talents that even Penta, same thing. Penta's English has gotten so much better from when he was first introduced onto Raw. I would love to see more of that because we don't get to always hear their perspective and how they were training and bringing that into the foray. So it's a tie between Penta and Io Sky for me.
Okay.
What about you? Who would you like to see more of?
You stole mine because I definitely wanted to see more Io Sky because I'm already a big fan of Io and it was warming my heart to see her. But if I'm not gonna copy that, I'd say I want to see more Io, and I'm sure they can use this series as I hope they wasn't all up in their face,
Mhm.
but hopefully they got captured maybe a little bit, paid for some of their footage and hospital bills too to help like bolster some of that
Yeah.
off tax write off. But I want to see more Naomi, whether we're covering the pregnancy,
Mhm.
going into the comeback. I
Yeah.
want to see that stuff covered, and so I want to see more of her because I loved her as a fan and like coming in and coming back. Watching this made me love her even more. So
I think honestly that's gonna be like the catalyst for season 3.
hmm,
Because I mean, right where they cut off for her story right there, perfect jump on to season 3 to tell that story where she's got the title and then she goes on and announces her pregnancy. So I would love to see more of that backstage, just like what you're saying, as a continuation on to like how they did with Chelsea Green in season 1 and then continued on with her story and her journey in season 2. I think that's what they're probably planning on for Naomi and Big Jam for season 2, only to be continued on to season 3. So I can definitely see that, and I 100% agree with you. I am on board for that.
let's cook with it. So then let's say who is somebody they need to kind of level out on?
I hate to say it, but I mean, I'm going to Becky Lynch.
Oh wow.
You know, I don't need to see as much of that, to be honest with you. I mean, maybe because I know too much, you know, maybe because me personally, I see as a wrestling fan, like a super fan, I know too much, read too much, or whatever, what have you. But her story was cool, but I mean, it was a lot because I mean, between her and Seth, I mean, I think if it was one or the other, there's just a lot of Seth and Becky. And that sounds bad. And me verbalizing it right now sounds like, oh, you're a dick. Why are you saying that? I'm sorry. It just seems like it's a bit much. But yeah, just a little bit less of that. Not to say that I don't like her or her story arc or anything like that. It's just a lot of that story to me.
We are tag team partners for a reason, but I'm picking the other half Because I will tell you this, I have a new I really do enjoy her new theme song,
Mhm.
Becky. That is,
Yeah.
and then to hear the breakdown of the lyrics
Yeah,
and that
right
playing
on.
into her father, and then her having that moment, and watching how I was like, oh yeah, Triple H. You watch Triple H and even kind of Tyson Kidd who was there. I'm like, yeah, y'all don't know how to handle random crying like that when people having an emotional moment, do you? Because Triple H says some.
He's
You
about to
okay
short
there,
circuit.
Becky? Do you need something, Becky? Like, how can I help you, Becky? You good,
He's
Becky?
about to short
What's going on,
circuit.
man? What's
Man,
happening?
yeah.
You gonna make it? Okay, then let's have business then. But like, she was having that flashback to seeing her father at WrestleMania 35, who sat there the whole night, which I've heard MetLife was freezing that night, to see his daughter win the title in the main
Mhm.
event of WrestleMania. And now he's passed away. He passed away in 2021. So to have her have that moment there, I liked a lot of that.
I liked
And
it
then my
too, and that's
favorite
what
thing about
pains
that,
me of saying that too, and I feel so bad about it, but it's like, oh, I think in screen time for me is like too much, but you're absolutely right. Yeah, I just don't wanna seem like I'm a insensitive person in that, but
no,
yeah.
no, that's not me attacking yours, because I use that moment to then say, I think about, I saw moments from Lyra,
Mhm.
Jelly Roll,
Yeah.
Naomi, Chelsea Green, Penta, R-Truth, where I could look on his face and see, oh yeah,
Oh, he was
like
he was pained.
I need you to get about my face, stuff, because you
He was
spit in my
pained.
face,
Right,
dude.
right, right.
But I didn't see that from Seth.
Mm.
Oh, my wife, yes, love and happiness and admiration, cool, but in his character, I'm good. There was nothing out of this that made me say, "Oh wow!" Like, yeah, I need to see more of Seth on here. Like, I
Yeah.
need to see less of Seth, less of his ruses, and less of all this nonsense. Like,
Yeah. Got you.
chill out, just chill out. You ain't got to go away, but you got to calm it down. So, but let's move it to the who needs to chill it out.
You kinda touched on it. I'm becoming less and less of a fan of Bruce Pritchard.
Mm,
I mean, I respect what he's brought to the business, his creative mind. He's a genius, you know? Um, but I between him and a Michael P.S. Hayes, they just rub me the wrong way, you know? So if I didn't see as much of them, and I understand they're pretty critical to the creative process, I don't need to see as much of them. I did not like let me preface this. Paul Heyman is again another genius, but I did not like how he portrayed himself in this because again, to your point with Seth Rollins, that's how I feel about Paul Heyman and how he was like, "Is it a work?" You know, we all know it's a work. You know, and for you to explain that in the way that you did, I get it. You're a storyteller, but I don't need as much of that.
I liked it when it was in the Vince documentary. I don't like it in this. For whatever reason, I just don't like it in this because it just feels like extra ham.
It
And
feels
I don't need
inauthentic.
it.
It feels
Yeah,
inauthentic to me, you know?
very, very indeed. So I can agree with both of those folks. I'm a because it's not gonna happen, but I need this one behavior to just stop.
Mm.
Yeah, hey, Rhea. Yeah, you are the shit. Like, and this is Rhea's lips. You are the shit. Yeah, girl. Hey, I told you. Hey, no, don't let them tell you what you need to believe in you.
Hey, I hear your message, sir. Back up about 2 feet, bro.
Mhm.
Why are you clenching her head like you about to like make out with her? Like you I'm like, ain't your wife like around the corner? Like, hey yo, chill out, homie. Like, what is it? And like it's EO excused it because like she jumped onto him and
Yeah,
wrapped
yeah,
her
yeah.
legs around him. So I can't, that was different.
Yeah, yeah.
But every
I'm glad you
time
got
with
that too.
Rhea, he be on Rhea head.
He
Like,
loves him some Rhea.
like, good God, we all do. But give the woman some damn space. Back up. Oh, chill out. Enough. And that's
Right.
just because every time I watch that, it makes my skin crawl. It's the one thing I watch on here. It's just like, especially in this time and day and age when y'all got a lot of stuff going on, all this extra touching.
Right,
I'm
right,
super smooth, bro.
right,
Because I
right.
don't go ahead, go grip Cody like that. Go grip Randy like that. Go whisper them sweet nothings up in their ear.
Whisper in Brock's ear.
Yeah, go grip Brock like that. Go. He doing Punk like that basically.
Yeah.
He already getting punked like that. but
Yep.
Go ahead and do everybody else like that. Go ahead and get everybody else like that because that's equal and fair. Otherwise, stop it. Chill out. Either she must be using some great shampoo or something. You have Buddy Murphy coming up there and squabbling up with you in a minute.
Right, right.
But with that said, I think we both have. I feel I've gotten a little more positive with the show over the 2 seasons because the first season I was like, yeah. After 2, I'm kind of like, this is kind of a cool little show to digest and get a little extra sides of the wrestlers and some storylines of what they're willing to tell us truthfully.
100%. I overall I do appreciate it and love it for the vulnerability and the different sides that we don't get to see outside of Raw or SmackDown or some of these PLEs. So yeah, I wish that we to me, I would rather see other people that aren't getting highlighted on a weekly basis, like a Lyra Valkyrie, hearing her story was, again, eye-opening because yeah, a lot of people deal with confidence issues. And not to say that she's not a confident person, but it humanizes her like, oh wow, I didn't realize that she's thinking these things, this in depth and micromanaging her matches and critiquing her matches to this level. That's great. Who else on the roster could we highlight and showcase in that manner? So I would like to see some of these other, I don't want to say obscure, but not as highlighted individuals or performers to see what they go through. Like Jessica Carr, she was in a lot of these different matches. What's her thoughts on some of these matches? Seeing some of the other referees too, like Charles Robinson when he took that tackle from John Cena. I would love to hear his point of view. Coming out of it, or like when they propose, like, hey, this is what's going to happen. Get ready. So some of those Easter eggs I would love to see a little bit more of as well too.
I fully agree with you. I like getting Gunther's reaction to him finding out about Seth's injury. Like, I actually felt bad, and then after I figured it out, I felt like an idiot. So no, I love that. So no, I do love the genuine reactions we do get from people, and so definitely show some more of those principal people that make the show happen. Around the scenes. Give us some more of that for sure. And some of the less crusty. I see what Rhonda was talking about. With the crusty old white men. I get it. I'm not trying to, but I get it. I'm picking up what she put down. I'm not the biggest Ronda Rousey supporter. But with that said, class is that the bell is ringing, y'all. The bell is ringing. So that means class is over. With that, Jay, is there anything you want to promote, shout out, holla about before we end the show today?
Yeah, so those that are watching us live and those are going to be watching or listening to us in the future, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as we're on this drive for 500. We're trying to get up to 500 subscribers up on this YouTube thing, so please subscribe, recommend us to a friend, and you know what? Like us as well too. Follow us up on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, do all the socials like that. You can catch me on Instagram at Jarek_wins. I'm also on Blue Sky. I got to do a lot better of a job of checkup on that because I just remembered I have that. So, but yeah, we've got all kinds of different shows here on the Nefarious Network. This show right here, Ring Theory, we've got the Parlay. We've got SBF with our man Two Way Ray. We've got the NWA podcast. We've got Super Salad. We've got all kinds of shows. So you know what? Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. And also check us out on Patreon. $3 gets you in the dough. $3. $3 to get you in the door. And you know what? That helps support and help us grow these different shows that we got, get the talent and everything taken care of. So that's what I got to plug. What you got, sir?
Oh, you didn't took care of anything I was gonna say. I was gonna start naming shows out here.
Hot tag.
Hey, the tag is cool tag because hey, it's all good. You didn't need my help. See, make sure nobody jump in the ring after. So
I don't hit the finish and tag you in. Go ahead.
But with that said, man, you can find me on Instagram, Brown first of his name. You will always catch me on the drive for 500 here at the Nefarious Network. You can catch me on Ring Theory as always. You might catch me on the Parlay when I get a Monday off where I can actually join and be a part of the show. You might see me on some other shows on here, including our jump over to our NWA podcast. So you can also check us out on our previous episode we did just past Sunday for the NWA podcast covering Rumble thoughts. You hear Nate, you can hear Professor Chris, you can hear Ray's thoughts. We got a lot of voices on that podcast, so please give that a listen as well because that good almost 6 hours of content. So if not a little more than 6. So spread it out. Keep you warm over these cold winter days that we are about to embark on. But with that said, stay warm, stay safe, and get ready for that Rumble because I'm telling you, Braun Breaker is going to pin Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Go ahead and put it in the books. Chris, I'm coming for that handshake.